Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to a brand new video, and in today's video we are going to be reviewing Last Breath. Now this film has recently come out and I have to say, a solid film. Today we're going to be talking about it, we're going to talk about what it's about, and well, I'm just going to give my overall impressions of it. So I'm going to give you the rundown on what it's about. The true story of seasoned deep sea divers who battle the raging elements to rescue a crewmate who's trapped hundreds of feet below the ocean's surface. That's what the film is about. This film is directed by Alex Parkinson, who also directed the 28 version of this story, which was a documentary. Before I get into the kind of analysis of this film, I want to say that this film kind of reminded me of a game that I played back a couple of months ago called Soma. The reason why it reminds me of Soma is simply just because there's similarities of kind of loneliness, quietness, and the sole feeling of just having no escape. This film and game felt kind of similar in a way, because if I was in that position, that's exactly how I'd feel. I'd feel very lonely, and it's gonna feel quiet. Being by yourself, being underwater that deep, it's scary. Anyway, let's go ahead and talk about the storyline. First off, I'm just going to give my overall impressions, and it's very good. Very, very good. This is based on a true story, so the fact that they've been able to make it this good, and one thing I'd like to very quickly say is that Woody Harrelson brings life to this film, because not only does he bring his kind of comedic side, but also the pure emotion that is portrayed in the film, he does really well. What I really liked about this film is that every single minute of the film was interesting. There was never a point in this film where I didn't like it. I didn't feel as if it was slow or anything like that. Each minute of this film felt tense or exciting, and I loved it. One thing to kind of point out is that at the start of this film, there is some backstory that is given. And that is what I love. I love it when a story is able to give some backstory, kind of, you know, where we kind of start, and kind of just giving some information as well, because it's a true story. This tries to kind of, you know, portray what exactly happened during the whole ordeal, and I think the kind of whole thing of a backstory really works in this case. This film is emotional. I definitely did get a little bit teared up, because you don't know whether the one of the main characters, Chris, you don't know whether he's going to die or not. Because he was trapped underwater for such a long time, your kind of natural instinct is to think that, damn, he's dead, right? Because for a lot of us, you know, we think, oh, we can only hold our breath for, you know, maybe up to a minute. And in the real story, this guy was trapped under there for over half an hour. So it's kind of crazy. Your first kind of assumption is that, damn, this guy's dead, right? Similar to the start, the ending actually gives more information on how long the actual diver went without oxygen, which, by the way, is absolutely insane. I recommend that you know, if you can, read it up, because it's genuinely insane. But just overall, this story was tense. It was very emotional, but it was really good, and I thoroughly enjoyed this film. Let's go ahead and talk about the cinematography, but also the audio as well. First off, I just want to say that cinematography was absolutely fantastic. I love that some of these shots were in first person. It kind of throws you off a little bit, but I like it, because not every film does first person stuff. In fact, I haven't seen a proper film that does some first person stuff nowadays. The only one that I remember was an action film. I can't fully remember what it was called, but there's not many films that really go into first person mode, and I quite like that this film did it. Not only that, but the use of an underwater drone as well was fantastic. Really good. Just overall, there was a wide variety of shots, and some of these shots created suspense, which it really fits in for the film as well. And talking of audio, there was one scene where there was just no music. In the kind of scene or shot before it, there was a bit of music, and then I don't want to spoil too much, but something happens and audio cuts off, and it is perfect because it creates a powerful wavelength. The whole cinema was quiet when this scene happened. As soon as the music kind of stopped, everyone just kind of gasped. And just another thing to kind of point out, it was a beautiful soundtrack. Some of the songs, just noticeably the ending, was genuinely beautiful. It was a nice ending for the film. This film had so many well-known actors such as Woody Harrelson, Simu Liu, Mark Bonar, and also Finn Cole. Just overall, each character played their role with sincerity and passion, and just overall very, very solid casting. For this film, I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10. The tent scenes were incredible, and the story really just goes to show how risky the job is, but it's kind of like a nice homage to the real divers who risk their life for this. Ladies and gentlemen, if you enjoyed this video, then make sure to leave a like, make sure to subscribe, and put the post notifications on. If you want to, please join the Patreon. The link is going to be in the description. Any support would be massively appreciated. Otherwise, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye bye.